And now, live from the Steele Twins recording studio in beautiful Traverse City, Michigan, and at Casa del Freytown in Taylor, Michigan, the Outside Blitz welcomes you to Playoff Predictors. Introducing your host, the fabulous Scotty Freytown, the Bootleg Bettor, and the Cannonball, Alex Steele.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Outside Blitz. I am your host, the fabulous one, Scotty Freytown, along with my co-host to my left, joining me to my left, Dr. Claw himself, joining me, the one, the only, the Bootleg Bettor.
Oh, here we go. Let me talk my ish. I practice what I preach and I walk how I talk. She had a crazy walk, so I had to go and talk. Now catch us on the flight from Maldives to New York, still sliding through these streets like eggs in a walk. Had to keep the dirt low key like the bottom lock, but I don't talk about it much. That's why Buddy got knocked. So I give God praise. I praise him all day, so he'll forgive me for leaving him bloody like always. Let's go.
Who better to be than the Bootleg Bettor?
Amen.
The Bootleg Bettor in the house. Didn't get to join us last week for Alex's playoff predictor.
No.
But, buddy, my playoff predictor's coming. You're going to hate me for it. You're going to hate me for it. It's okay. I'm prepared. I'm fully prepared for your hatred.
I hate Alex for not sharing.
Alex's playoff predictor was pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I need to know what happened, Alex.
He's got to
give me some updates.
I can tell you who his Super Bowl champion is going to be.
Some updates. So let's see here.
And you're going to hate him for that.
Oh, boy.
You're going to hate him for his Super Bowl champion. You're going to be mad at it.
So, okay, I will go ahead and I'll reveal it on stream.
Uh-oh.
Band-Aid off, Alex.
Okay, I'm revealing it in stream right now, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen in the Teams call right now. You should see it here. So one of the things, so there were two of them, because I made this, right? And then I'm sitting here going, all right, this is what it's probably going to look like, I should probably go with these playoff predictors too. I'm just going to pop them left to right.
Mm-hmm.
So
when you wipe, you go front to back.
No, yes, that's right. That's right.
All right. So it's popped up here.
Right
through the shirt. Right through the shirt.
See it on your side.
Yeah.
Right. So I got so with my initial run, I had the Bears going 13-4. I had the Lions going 11-6. Packers and Vikings going 10-7 in the playoffs. Had the Seahawks and the 49ers going to the playoffs. Cowboys, Eagles, and the Buccaneers at a paltry 9-8, taking the NFC South.
It seems like the norm.
Yeah.
It's the same old song and dance. And then Denver with Justin Jolie as the secret chess piece, pushing the Broncos to the playoffs, and they win the NFC West, AFC West. They get we got Kansas City, Los Angeles Chargers, Patriots are back. The Baltimore Ravens get revenge on the Steelers, and the Browns sneak into the playoffs as well. And the Houston Texans take the AFC South.
Okay. So you said Jolie's the secret chess piece.
Yeah, he's going to be
he's going to be the rook.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be the star.
Yes, the rook.
Yeah. See all of the see what I sprinkled on you, and you still don't recognize it.
But he might be kind of a bishop, really.
But he's a rook.
Oh, he's a rook.
Dad joke.
Yeah, you're making jokes. Rook and a rook. Yeah, rookie. I see it.
Got to walk around. Sometimes I got to walk you around.
Sometimes you just have the sort of dad jokes. That, you just got to land the plane.
That's right. Walk you around the park and then let you do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. So then we get to playoff time. And in the wild card round, Baltimore, Kansas City, and New England win their respective games. Detroit beats Dallas in Dallas. San Francisco beats Tampa Bay. Seattle get wins against Philadelphia. And then the divisional round, the Bears are way too much for the Detroit Lions, and Seattle returns to the NFC title game. Denver defeats Kansas City, and the New England Patriots return to the AFC title game. So it's a rematch. It's a rematch in the AFC. And in the NFC, we have the Seattle Seahawks, but the Chicago Bears instead of the Los Angeles Rams.
Okay.
And then Super Bowl is Chicago and Denver, and the Bears take it all. Yes,
man,
sir.
they if they were booking this deal, they missed the boat to get the 40-year anniversary of the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
If I was booking this thing, the Bears would have won last year.
The cardiac Bears,
man.
Yeah.
They would have won it all. 40 years to the day. You'd have had Jim McMahon and Singletary and all those guys
partying it up, doing the Super Bowl shuffle.
Man.
Yeah.
Man, whoever's still alive would have been there.
Yeah.
Big old party, 40-year anniversary. What the fuck?
Millions of people dressed like Ditka.
Yeah.
It would have been crazy.
A year too late, but you got the Bears. Huh?
Yeah, the Bears.
Alex. Sausage.
Yeah, sausage. Yeah.
Al's #1 hot beef sandwich.
It's not like a ham sandwich like Jalen Hurts. Oh, did I say that?
Ouch. But we do have some stuff going on around the league before I jump into my playoff predictor, which I've got some interesting stuff. Let's jump into a few of these things before we hop into that. First of all, the Patriots right guard Mike Onwenu, he had no guaranteed money remaining on his current contract. This week he signed a revised deal for the 2026 season. It earns him $10 million in guaranteed money. It changes the salary cap for the Patriots, though, because what they get to do, because they changed it to a bonus, they get to kick that bonus into prior years. So his salary cap number actually falls by $7.5 million this year because he did that. So his salary cap number falls, but he gets $10 million in guarantees. So hey. Their right guard, man, they just saved $7.5 million on a starting right guard. Brilliant move by the Patriots.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's smart play. Next up, the Giants. They've got some injuries going on. We've already had two guys.
We've been talking about the Giants injuries the last couple of weeks.
Well, we got another one. Wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski, the kick returner, he went down today with a non-contact injury during the organized team activity.
That's never good.
He was carted off. Several. We can just go ahead and hit the oh no there. But several reports indicated that he appeared to be grabbing at his right lower leg. It later was confirmed to be a torn Achilles. He's currently the third Giants player this offseason in OTAs to suffer a torn Achilles this offseason.
Yikes.
If you recall, Olszewski was the guy that actually threw the pass to Jameis Winston on the play against the Lions. He's that guy.
That makes me so sad. Derek Barnes, you have one job.
Yeah. So we had that going on.
That's no good.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good returner.
Big time
really good return man.
Good return man. Good gunner too, actually, and not just because of the name, but he's actually a good outside gunner out on those punts too. So he's a big time special teams contributor, but he's played as a wide receiver 3/4 with the Giants for a while.
Yeah, he was with I think he come out of Bowling Green.
Yeah, I think so. I believe you're right. The Giants also, they left tackle Andrew Thomas. He agreed to a restructured contract. He created $6.46 million in cap space for 2026 per ESPN. He converted his base salary into a signing bonus to complete the restructure. He's currently 27 years old. He has 4 years remaining on his current deal. So he gets to
trying to put some money in the bank.
Yeah, that's it. He's putting money in the bank, saving the team some cap space. Smart move by him to be sticking around.
Yeah, I mean,
27 years old.
Yeah,
banking some gear. I mean, maybe not a good idea to be staying with the Giants, but still, I mean, at the same time, John Harbaugh is there.
And at the same time, hey man, as the great Jalen Rose once said, keep getting them checks.
Yeah, keep cashing them. Speaking of cashing checks, let's talk about The Chargers, man, they go out and sign safety Derwin James to a 3-year, $75.6 million deal. It's $25.2 million per year.
Yes, sir.
GM Joe Horitz says that James is, quote unquote, a lifetime Charger. He intends to just keep him around forever.
That's a bold statement. In this league?
Hey.
We talked about this weeks ago when, the prospect of Derwin James possibly not returning started to come about. So this tells you what the team really thinks of him.
Yeah. I think he's one of the best safeties in football, hard-hitting guys, as long as he's healthy. And that's been kind of the big caveat when it comes to Derwin James has been health. There have been a couple of seasons there where he was on the field, off the field. You never knew when he was going to be healthy. And then he finally, those years he did get healthy and stayed healthy, it was like, Jesus Christ, he was one of the best safeties in football, and it's not close. I mean, he's top 5, hands down, when he's healthy. So I'm excited to see him out there, and he's going to be making big-time money. Alex,
as a matter of fact, Derwin James plants the Baltimore Ravens Kyle Hamilton as the league's highest paid safety per APY. 25.2 to 25.1, but hey, I mean that's it's not like it's a penny. With Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson the couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean it's $100,000. I mean it's still quite a bit.
I mean that's how much house costs.
Yeah, to them it might be a penny to them.
Right?
But
change.
But sure, hey, who cares about saving the team money?
Yeah,
your money.
Get your money, right? Speaking of injuries and guys playing when they're healthy, Boots, you're not going to be happy about this. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was dropping back and throwing on the first day of Chiefs OTAs on a video posted by the team. As we know, he tore his ACL and LCL in week 15 of last season, but he was out there dropping back. I mean, full tilt, throwing the ball.
But did he complete the pass? That's the question. Did it sail on him because he couldn't get a solid foundation base to throw?
They didn't show that part. But he
bet if it was a dime, they'd have showed it all over.
Yeah,
it would have went viral.
They were showing him dropping back though. I mean, he was doing full drops. I mean, it was like, wow, look at him go. I mean, he was rocking out there. Didn't look like he missed a beat. So it's interesting to see that Patrick Mahomes is out there throwing passes this early after an ACL and LCL situation like that from week 15, mind you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, you got what is he, a cyborg?
Maybe he got some of them stem cells in there. I don't know. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. It's just just dropping back and throwing. It wasn't like he was, it wasn't a full practice, anything. So
yep. I mean,
but you got to, you have to continue the rehabilitation process. So you have to continue to go out and at least try to do what you would normally wouldn't be able to do.
Right.
And the fact that he's able to do it shows he's had some progress.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, other quarterback news, 49ers, they go out and sign quarterback Mac Jones to a revised contract for the 2026 season. They added a $300,000 roster bonus. He's set to make $3.55 million this year with another $2.25 million available in incentives. If you recall, he played 11 games last year when Brock Purdy was down. Purdy came back. Mac Jones, I think he's worth every penny of this, don't you?
Yeah, he's a very good backup, reserve, quarterback in waiting, a guy that that you can depend on for 3, 4, 5 games. Well, actually, you just said 11.
Yeah.
So he has started in this league before, full season. So it's not like he doesn't know what he's doing. And this is one of the better systems for his abilities with Kyle Shanahan and the way that they run the offense in San Francisco.
Well, a lot of teams that were interested in him this offseason.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, a lot of teams. And he performed very well in San Francisco. Look, he's
a very good game manager.
Yeah.
He's, just to be quite honest, he's a perfect game manager.
Yeah. If there was a guy like we always talk about, Vikings reclamation projects, he was one of those guys that the Vikings were looking at. Oh, maybe we'll deal the second round pick for because that's what they wanted. They wanted a second round pick for Mac Jones. And they might have been able to get more. Really, the Niners, they might have been able to get a late first rounder for him.
For who?
For Mac Jones.
Nah,
you don't think so?
Not a first round.
Because I think teams were looking and viewing him as a potential starting quarterback for them.
Second round, I could see it, but not first.
Really? Because I mean, like and that's the thing. I mean,
at that point, you might as well draft a quarterback.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, at this class, would you? I mean,
it just depends on what the class is.
Yeah, I mean, would you draft? Would have you drafted one of those guys in the first round and said, hey, let's get one of the? I mean, outside of the top guys that went, I mean, in this quarterback class,
the only guy I would have done that for would have been Ty Simpson. Yeah, and you saw what the Rams did.
Yep. They're sticking him behind Stafford. Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting little spot, and I want to see what exactly is going to go on. Alex, what say you?
So the deal here's why I think this happened. We saw what Mac Jones was capable of when Brock Purdy went down.
Yeah,
and the reason why they gave him this extension is quite simple. He showed his prowess as an NFL backup, and now you kind of have a QB1, a 1A, 1B situation. Maybe a 1A, 1C. But
there you go.
The teams in the team saw his value. Like, okay, this guy can get us through a couple games if the big dogs get hurt.
Yeah,
we have a plan. So and that is the team investing their confidence in their backup quarterback. So that's why this. If he doesn't have that stretch of games last year where the Niners barely stayed in it, we might be having a different conversation.
Yeah, and Boots, I mean, to your credit, this is where it comes in. You're only as good as your backup quarterback. That's a direct Boots quote there. I mean,
damn right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
and think about it like this though too. Why isn't he no longer Mac Jones, the quarterback in New England? Right.
Yep.
If he were that dope, he'd still be in New England.
That's fair.
So
yeah. Also for the Niners, running back Isaac Guerrero, he tore his pec lifting weights last month.
Damn, what is it in San Francisco? I'm telling you, it's that doggone where the Legion of Doom, the swamp thing used to pop out of the doggone swamp in the cartoon. That's where they built that doggone practice facility. Yeah. And these things keep happening.
Yep, he tore his
49ers.
Tore his pec. He should be back by the end of training camp, says head coach Kyle Shanahan. But yeah, Isaac Guerrero, man, torn pec lifting weights last month. So I mean, it's just a wild thing. So they lose their RB2, a guy that is capable of being an RB1 for the Niners. I mean, he showed some real talent over there when Christian McCaffrey went out a couple years ago. Man, we really liked Isaac Guerrero, so for him to be hurt really sucks for the Niners.
Meanwhile, back at the swamp.
Well, do you think this is the situation where Kalen Black comes into play? You think they might move him up the chart?
Yeah,
I don't. Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah. That's
Buzzsaw Black, Bootleg B team, stand up, show them what you got. And I'm telling you, this dude about to go crazy.
There you go. Well, we're going to talk about a guy that I hope gets back on the field a little bit earlier, but I'm a little worried about him. He's a Freytown A-list all-star, Bucky Irving for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's expected to be back on the field sometime in the summer or the fall, according to head coach Todd Bowles, meaning he could potentially miss the start of the season. He's currently rehabbing from off-season shoulder surgery. He's likely to be ready at some point during training camp, according to ESPN. But I mean, man, the Bucs, they struggled without Bucky Irving on the field. I know Rachaad White stepped in, but Rachaad White's no longer with the team. Bucky Irving, man, without him, you're gonna struggle with that run game. I mean, we saw how much the Buccaneers struggled last year offensively when they lost all those pieces last year. I mean,
and Mike Evans isn't there anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you're losing so many offensive pieces. I don't have high hopes for the Buccaneers this year like I did in previous seasons, and really like I did going into last year. I mean, and you're going to see, I do not have high hopes for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they're on the way down.
Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be tough sledding for them.
Stay tuned for the playoff predictor portion of the show. Trust me.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a brutal experience moving forward. Defensive tackle Eddie Goldman worked out for the Giants on Tuesday, according to NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport. Eddie Goldman, man, that guy just former Bear, former Falcon, if I'm not mistaken. He's been around for a minute, but Eddie Goldman going and working out with the Giants, that seems like a random pull when they have, I mean, their front seven is really good over there. I know they lost Dexter Lawrence, but out of nowhere, Eddie Goldman out of nowhere.
I don't see why not.
I mean, he's a great player. I mean, they just have like a really strong front seven. And it's just like, man, like, yeah, Eddie Goldman as a depth piece. That's a hell of a depth piece to have there. That's a starter.
That's what they did in Baltimore.
Yeah, that is wild to me that Eddie Goldman might be coming over there. Also, the Steelers, I feel like we have this same headline every single offseason, by the way. The Steelers go out and sign defensive lineman Dean Lowry to a 1-year deal. Same exact thing they did last year. They did it this year. We have had that conversation every offseason for like 3 offseasons now that Dean Lowry's been signed to a 1-year deal. He's a good player. It's just like he just keeps getting signed to 1-year deals with the Steelers.
Hey,
familiar with McCarthy?
Why not?
Yeah. Familiar with McCarthy. His time with Green Bay. So there you go. Speaking of Green Bay, we got to talk about this. This one popped up. Packers running back Josh Jacobs. He's been arrested and booked on 5 charges in northern Wisconsin into the Brown County Jail on Tuesday. He's not been formally charged by the Brown County DA's office and has since been released from jail. The alleged charges include battery domestic abuse, criminal damage to property domestic abuse, disorderly conduct domestic abuse, strangulation and suffocation, and intimidation of a victim. The strangulation and suffocation is a felony assault charge, while the others are misdemeanors. Jacob's attorney, David Chesnoff, and Richard Schoenfeld, they released a statement on his behalf stating that their client denies all allegations. They are also asking for quote-unquote fairness and restraint while the judicial process takes its course. The arrest stems from an alleged incident on Saturday morning in which Hobart and Lawrence police were dispatched to a disturbance complaint involving Jacobs, but no further report has been made on the incident itself. There's an investigation still going on. So, Josh Jacobs, I mean, big dummy. You know, I'll just say you big dummy. But, yeah, a lot of stuff there. All the other ones are misdemeanors, but the one is a felony for strangulation. Seems like a common theme in the NFL these days, by the way. Am I the only one noticing that?
Well, I would have thought that it would have popped up with the Raiders. You don't see this stuff with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I'm on NFL.com, and there's I don't know if it's an updated article. You might have already mentioned this, but apparently he's been released from custody after his arrest.
Yes.
The Brown County DA is not ready to formally charge him.
Yep.
But that's what's on the docket here. And really, it's like you play in the waiting game here. And while you're dinking around with that, you're looking at your draft class here. I don't see a running back in here.
Yeah, the one guy that's really nipping at his heels is actually, believe it or not, Chris Brooks is over there right now. Former Cincinnati Bengal is the backup. And they also have Marshawn Lloyd, who really hasn't been, doing much of anything.
Done.
He's about done. So Chris Brooks would be the guy that is the backup. That would be who they're kind of, glaring at right now as the guy to back him up and possibly take over that job. They might go out and sign another running back. There is a potential of that. We'd have to take a look at who's available. I think, actually, who might be out there still, Boots? Oh, Joe Mixon might still be out there. I'm just saying.
You don't want to bring that.
But moving forward, we'll see what goes on with the Josh Jacobs situation. Speaking of Joe Mixon, his former team, the Texans, making some moves. Texans wide receiver Nico Collins has agreed to an adjusted contract. that guarantees his salary for the next 2 seasons. It includes a $9 million cash increase this year and includes an $8 million cash increase next year, according to ESPN. Collins remains under contract for the next 2 seasons and is scheduled to be a free agent in 2028. So there you go. Keep cashing them checks, Nico Collins. He's scheduled to be a free agent in 2028, but listen, I can't see the Houston Texans letting Nico Collins become a fucking free agent in 2028, Boots. Can you?
I get that. Just depends on what happens in 26 and 27.
Man, they'd be crazy to let him walk. Crazy.
Probably.
Ain't no way in the world that's happening.
Yeah, it doesn't make
some weird stuff's happened in the NFL before.
Yep. Just crazy stuff. In lesser news, but still news because of the compensation, the Jets have traded wide receiver Irv Charles to the Seahawks. And the name is like, I see the name and I go, who? He's a special teams guy. That's what he's a special teams. He's a kick returner. That's all he is. Kick returner, punt return specialist. Really good kick return and punt return specialist, but nonetheless, the compensation, a 2028 7th round pick. So you're giving up draft capital for this guy. He had an ACL tear back in 2025 that he's recovered from. Seahawks must have wanted him real bad to give up draft capital for a kick returner. Irv Charles over to the Seahawks.
Or they had draft capital to earn.
Maybe. It's a conditional pick, so it makes it kind of interesting because if he goes off as a kick returner, it could be an earlier pick. It might morph itself. I don't know what the conditions are. Could morph itself into an earlier 7th round pick, or it could morph itself into a 6th round pick. That would be crazy work, even though it's a 2028 pick. That's wild for a kick returner. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Also, the Jets go out and sign kicker Younghoe Koo to a 1-year deal. He goes out and comes onto the team. It comes onto the team with current kicker Cade York, currently dealing with a groin injury. So interesting thing there, because I think it's weird that you're signing a kicker right now, given the fact that your current kicker is dealing with a groin injury in OTAs.
How long is that injury going to last? But Younghoe Koo is not an outdoor kicker.
No.
He's an indoor kicker. And if he were as good as he was, he'd still be in Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, well, that was the thing. He was a Pro Bowler way back in the day when he was in Atlanta, but the last 3 years have been very rough. If you recall with the Giants last year, if I'm not mistaken, he stubbed his toe when he was going to kick a field goal at one point.
I think he might have the yips. I think he caught a case of the yips, and it's followed him from Atlanta.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to recover. It's been bad. So Younghoe Koo, I mean, he's with the Jets now. We'll see how that works out. Also for the Cowboys, wide receiver Paris Campbell has been placed on the reserve/retired list. So he has officially retired. He was drafted by the Colts in the 2nd round of the 2019 draft. So he retires after 7 seasons. So Paris Campbell on his way out the door.
Has he filed the paperwork?
Yeah, he's been placed on the reserve retired list. So I think he's done in the NFL.
Have they gotten him a cake?
I don't know. Have
they gathered around in the corporate luncheon room and talked about the accomplishments he's brought to the team?
I mean, they're really not that many accomplishments when it comes to Paris Campbell. Let's be real.
Have they shown the highlight reel of all of his best plays from his career in said corporate luncheon room?
All 6 touchdowns of his 7-year career?
Have they shown?
I'd probably not. He literally played 1 game for the Cowboys last year.
How'd he do?
I think he played 1 snap.
Man.
So yeah,
that's how obscure this pick is. That's how obscure this player is.
Paris Campbell, man, Paris Campbell, really, really, really good receiver at Ohio State. I think the fact that he wasn't a pure wide receiver kind of hurt him. He was kind of a running back receiver hybrid.
Yeah,
and I think the injuries definitely played a part. But if someone would have been able to find a role as a running back receiver combo and not just a pure wide receiver, I think he would have done a little bit better.
Bigger bodied guy, Kind of a Debo Samuel type.
He's the Debo before Debo, but he wasn't used the way that Debo has been used.
Yeah.
With, the 49ers anyway in the run and passing game. So I think that would have been a really good spot for Paris Campbell to be able to do.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Be able to do both.
Yeah. Paris Campbell, I agree with you on that. Also, the Steelers.
And now we come.
There it is.
To the end of the road.
I thought
Paris Campbell had to let go. No more Super Bowls. No Pro Bowls. Only ice cream balls. Go to the bathroom. We know you can't have lactose. Use that spray in there. That damn spray in there. How much? I don't care. Please wash your hands with your nasty ass. Did you just pass gas running down the hall? Homeboy, check your drawers.
Now, which spray are you referring to? Are you referring to the Poopery or are you referring to the Glade?
Referring to that spray that Acme makes that you have to use. It comes in a white can.
It's called that damn spray.
It's called that spray, but when you need the extra strength, it's called that damn spray.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
All right.
Made by Acme. Plain white can.
Now you never used the Poopery though?
What?
The Poopery.
Never heard of it.
Really? You spray it in the bowl before you go?
Why would I spray it in a bowl before I go?
Dude, that stuff makes the whole bathroom smell good. I'm not kidding.
Yep.
What? Does it smell like poo?
No.
You said as well as poo.
It's called Poopery because it makes the toilet smell like pumpkin or peppermint.
Well, why don't they call it pumpkin puree?
Because it's called Poopery because it's supposed to stop the smell of the poo. Yeah, you just said anyway. You're talking a ruckus.
Talking a lot of shit here.
Yeah, see it. I gotcha. Also, let's jump into the Steelers here. The Steelers have fired their special teams coordinator, Darius Swinton, due to a violation of team policy. There's no indication of what the policy was that was violated. But he spent the last 3 seasons with the Raiders. He became their interim special teams coordinator when Tom McMahon was fired in week 10. He began his NFL coaching career back in 2009 with the Rams. He's had stops with the Chiefs, Broncos, Bears. He had 2 stints with the Bears, the Niners, the Lions, the Cardinals, the Chargers. He's had 16 years in the league. He was with the Niners. He was the Niners special teams coordinator in 2016 and the Chargers special teams coordinator in 2021. Got hired on as a special teams coordinator this offseason, gets canned, and now it seems that the Steelers are in the market for a new special teams coordinator. Golly.
I think I have an idea of what club policy was violated. I think he was in the office. He took the last little bit of coffee and put it in the pot and put it in his mug. And when he put the pot back on, he didn't refill it. So you know what Terry Tate always says. If you got the last Joe, you fill it back up.
Kill the Joe, you make some more.
Who?
Terry Tate.
Who's Terry Tate?
You never saw the Office linebacker, Terry Tate?
No.
Make some more.
I missed the whole Office, man.
The Office linebacker?
I've missed every episode of the...
No, not the episode of The Office. It's an old Super Bowl commercial.
Oh.
I'll have to show you. Oh, it's great.
Okay.
But, the last bit of news here is... we have a couple Vikings things. The Vikings wrapped up their second round of general manager interviews this week, as per ESPN. The decision could come in a couple of days, fellas. The second round of interviews, it seems like they've ground this whole thing down to 5 guys. It's either Vikings interim GM Rob Brzezinski, the Broncos assistant GM Reed Burkhardt, the Bills assistant GM Terrence Gray, the Rams assistant GM John McKay, or the Seahawks assistant GM Nolan Teasley. So 5 well, 4 guys from super successful franchises, and then the interim GM who just got done doing the draft. So, I mean, and also he's the guy that's their cap guy. So, I mean, it's interesting little thing. I think they're playing with fire, like I said, about the whole Rob Brzezinski thing. I'm partial to McKay, but from the Rams, I wouldn't mind Burkhardt either. I think with Brzezinski, you know, I've said it multiple times on multiple episodes, you're playing with fire because he's your cap guy. He's the guy that gets you cap compliant every single year when all that craziness was going on with Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah and he was wildly spending money, all this crazy amount of money. Brzezinski was the guy that kept you cap compliant that whole time. So I'm just like, wait a minute now. Why would you play with fire in that situation? I think Rob Brzezinski, as much as I like him, I really would like to keep him in the building as a cap guy, because if he gets hired in as a GM and then you're like, oh shit, he's not doing a good job as a GM. What if he doesn't do a good job? Then you got to fire him, but then you lose your cap guy in the process. I would rather have McKay of anybody, but I mean, maybe that's just my opinion. Boots, I mean,
man, it's not like quarterbacks. Like, I haven't been able to sit back and watch these guys drop back and deliver a pass. Haven't been able to see him. Whoa, that's a really good form tackle. Man, your back pedal is really, really good. You've got fantastic trail technique, fantastic in the red zone. I don't know anything about these dudes.
But you look at the organizations that they come from,
and they might be all right. Yeah. We'll see.
Find out.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing.
And the way he holds that pen,
it's pretty fantastic.
He'll never get carpal tunnel.
Pretty. It's fantastic.
He gets right back to you with the text messages. The email game is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very responsive. Responsive.
Oh my gosh! And the way that Windsor knot on the tie.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, classy. Very classy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's all about that drip, kids.
Yeah. But the last but not least little thing is Vikings Twitter has been set ablaze this week. I don't know if anybody's noticed from
more than usual.
Yeah, JJ McCarthy and Kyler Murray interview situation that took place this week.
Oh, what happened?
2 interviews. They asked how they were how they were coexisting was just how the question is kind of coming across. And Kyler Murray said, gave a very good answer. It was probably the best answer that Kyler Murray could have given. It was very leadership driven. You could tell Kyler Murray when he gave his answer, he sounded like a leader.
Well, what was his answer?
So I'll pull up the quote. Now, JJ McCarthy's answer, not so much. And JJ McCarthy has been criticized heavily for his answer. Yeah.
Ooh, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what happened here.
Yeah, I'll get the actual quote here.
I want to know what number 9 said.
Yeah.
I don't know if I do.
Murray said, it's been great. Obviously, I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him and give him any knowledge that he needs. Let me see if I can get to the actual article itself here. I would like to. Because McCarthy said it's just like 2 guys in a classroom. He sits on one side, I sit on the other side. It's the coach's responsibility to teach us and coach us. It was like, wow, okay, like very divisive.
or he just told the truth, and that's how it really is.
Yeah, I mean, and then a lot of people have been very critical of JJ McCarthy and the way he handled it.
Now, what did Kyler Murray say?
Kyler Murray said he's
obviously I know he's a younger guy, so any way I can help him. Obviously, I'll give him any knowledge that he needs. We're both competitors, and I know what we both want, what's best for the team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
According to Kevin Seifert on ESPN.
Yeah, the overall feel is that Murray took a very collaborative, veteran approach to the quarterback thing, where McCarthy is basically in a detached working relationship.
Because he's pissed that Kyler Murray is there. In the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's mad that Kyler Murray is there.
And then I get
all that tells. That's what that tells me.
I get it. I get that he's pissed that he's there, but how about this, JJ? Play better. How about that?
Well, dog, listen, I've said it since he was a junior.
He ain't it
at Michigan. No,
he ain't it.
No, from the very beginning, I have not wavered. I have not moved. I am 10 toes down. I stand on business. I have said it from day one, and I have not wavered. Not one whisper, not one ounce, not one iota. I have said it from the jump, and now he's mad because Kyler Murray is there. So what?
Yep.
Win the job. And if you can't, that's why Murray's there.
Yep. Murray, and from everything I've seen, and people, it's funny, the McCarthy, I call, everybody calls them the McCarthy Glazers, if you will. The McCarthy Glazers are, they are desperate to make JJ McCarthy look good. There have been, cherry-picked videos of random throws to Jordan Addison and so on and so forth. But every single video of Vikings OTAs that I've seen has shown Kyler Murray standing above JJ McCarthy in every way.
It doesn't, listen, you could watch video from Kyler Murray at Oklahoma.
He'd be above.
He'd be above JJ right here, right now. Just period.
Yeah.
Right? Pick any season that Kyler Murray was in Arizona and he's better than JJ McCarthy right here, right now.
I agree.
This just head and shoulders. And it's weird because he's shorter than.
Yeah, but Kyler Murray he's stood out in OTAs. He's played better than McCarthy in OTAs. He's been better. And then, a lot of the McCarthy Glazers, if you will, have gone even as far as criticizing Kyler Murray for not being at the Adam Thielen Foundation charity softball game last night, where JJ McCarthy was, but Kyler Murray wasn't. Yeah. The reason Kyler Murray wasn't there, because Kyler Murray was busy studying the playbook. That's why he wasn't there. He was busy focusing on the team and focusing on winning the starting job instead of hitting a softball like JJ McCarthy was. And if you
I do have to mention this. Call of Duty was also on Black Ops 7, and I think even Kyler Murray got off the bus after that release. However, did you guys see the new Call of Duty trailer? My brother, the package agent, Steele, showed it. I'm going to tell you, I might get back on the bus, but I don't know if Kyler Murray's going to do it.
I think he will. But that's our news around the league. But we're going to jump into the season predictor thing here. My 2026-27 season predictor, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, and I'm going to do this for you guys here. The reason we've got us off to one side here is because I have this deal. And I have pulled up my season predictor for everybody to see and enjoy. And you guys can see the on either side here, I've got all of the records for all the teams. And I've got, and in the middle here is just the current week. This is just week one stuff. But and we'll jump into we're looking at playoff stuff in a minute here, but I wanted to pull that up so you guys could see it off to the left there. So, but I want to jump into this. This is going to be a fun one. I'm going to start on the lower part of the divisions here, and I'm going to start first and foremost with the NFC South. Boots, I believe in momentum. And one team that I saw last year gaining a lot of momentum, especially late in the season, was the New Orleans Saints.
How many times did I tell you this?
Yeah. And
who told you?
Yep. And you called the Carolina Panthers last year.
Yeah.
And this year, I am calling the New Orleans Saints.
We are calling the New Orleans Saints because 3 weeks ago I called the Saints. Go ahead.
Yep. So I'm calling the New Orleans Saints right now. 10-7 for the New Orleans Saints. They're going to have a winning record, and they are going to run away with that division because every other team in that division, there will not be a team that gets over 5 wins. I am calling the Saints to be the lone team, double digits for the New Orleans Saints. You will see Yucky Shucky Take that team to the 4 seed. Every other team in that division, you're going to see Carolina is going to be 5-12. 4 of their wins are going to be divisional wins. The Atlanta Falcons will be 3-14. I don't believe in anything that they did this offseason. And when I say I believe that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the downhill, I think they are going to struggle mightily this year. I will go as far as saying that Todd Bowles will be fired this year. I don't believe in Todd Bowles. I haven't believed in Todd Bowles. I have been very adamant about the fact that I think Todd Bowles is a bad coach. I think he's been biding his time. He's been treading water for 2 years now. He has done really nothing to improve that team. Every single year, it comes down to the wire about, oh, are they going to make the playoffs? Are they not going to make the playoffs? Oh my gosh. Well, this last year, they didn't even make the playoffs. Now the ship is sinking. It's going down like the Titanic. And this is the year where it hits rock bottom and Todd Bowles is going out the door. Tampa Bay dead last in the NFC South, 3-14. It's going to be a see you later for Tampa and Todd Bowles there. But the Saints will be the 4 seed winning the NFC South.
Okay.
Now, moving,
Yucky, quack.
Yep. Moving into, I'm going to jump over to the AFC side where I have the AFC North. The AFC North, this is kind of an interesting division for a couple of reasons. Number one, this division came down to week 18. Now, these two teams that are at the top of the division, they didn't play each other in week 18, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe they did, and I can double check that real quick just so we can take a peek. I don't believe they played each other in week 18. Oh, actually they did. So they played each other in week 18. Baltimore winds up walking out with the win there. But take a look at how close. It's a vindication for Baltimore, the week 18 showdown. They wind up 12-5. Pittsburgh barely makes the playoffs at 11-6. McCarthy and Rodgers, they get their final moment in the sun, making the playoffs there together.
Right.
You know. But the interesting thing about this division wasn't just those two teams. It was actually the Bengals missing the playoffs at 11-6.
Yeah, I see that.
And the interesting thing about that is the Bengals, this was not a situation where about midway through the season that the Bengals were making the playoffs. They started the year about 2-6.
Like usual.
And then they come roaring back like usual, like Joe Burrow does at the end of the year.
Like usual.
And they narrowly miss. And that's where we were at. The Bengals, they go on a hot streak, win streak at the end of the year, 11-6, missing the playoffs as the 8th seed. But the Baltimore Ravens ultimately wind up winning the division. They get vindication. They win the division by beating the Steelers in the last week of the year. If the Steelers had won this game, the Steelers would have won the division. So here we are. The Baltimore Ravens walk out as the 4 seed, whereas the Steelers wind up as the 7 seed. Alex, what say you?
So the only comments that I'm really going to have for this is I can't see the Browns going 2-15. I mean, granted, they're the Cleveland Browns, but I think they're going to win more than 2 games. You got Shedeur Sanders there. They've made some good moves in the offseason. You know, but still, I don't see them making the playoffs. I still see them being fourth in the division. But 2-15,
Where are we when Alex is defending the Browns?
I know.
Getting 2 wins.
I know.
And that they need more. Where are we in the world?
The Browns, here's the thing about...
I don't hate the Cleveland Browns.
Here's the thing about the Browns, and their schedule is very tough. They actually do run into a lot of brick walls here. They do have the showdown with the Bucs, who I think early are going to be fine, but what happens to the Bucs every year? Every year, injuries, nonstop injuries. Last 3 years, it's been that way. So I think the Bucs will get hot early, but they're going to die off. I think Carolina can beat the Browns. I think Pittsburgh can beat the Browns. I think the Jets, with their draft class, I think they can beat the Browns. There are teams. I really think there's a lot of teams early. I mean, Texans, I think they can beat the Browns. I think that the Saints are going to be hot this year. There's a lot of teams. I think they're going to beat the Raiders. Falcons, I think, can beat the Browns. I think this is, right around the time where the Bengals are going to be hitting their hot streak. Anybody that knows how to beat the Browns, it's John Harbaugh. And I also think that the big problem for the Browns this year is going to be Todd Monken is going to be a problem for them because you lost Jim Schwartz. Your defense is going to struggle. People are ignoring that so much. I think their offense, it's going to be a flip-flop. Your offense is going to improve, but your defense is going to stink. As much talent as it has, that scheme is not there. That Jim Schwartz system is not there. There's a reason why people should be sweating that. I mean, he's one of the best defensive coaches out there. People should be sweating that. So that's why I've got the Browns at 2-15. Tough schedule. I think they're going to struggle a little bit. They're in one of the tougher divisions. You got 3 teams. I mean, if you look at those teams, 12-5, 11-6, 11-6. So, I mean, you're facing some tough competition throughout the year. Now, jumping into the NFC North, I'm going to talk about a tough division. The tough division. This whole division came down to the last game of the year. Very last game of the year. It was between Vikings and Bears, last game of the year. If the Vikings lose that game in Minnesota, they lose the division, they lose out, they basically miss the playoffs, and the playoffs turn into Bears winning the division, Lions and Packers all in, Vikings out of the playoffs. If they win the game at home, then it's Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers missing the playoffs. It's all very close. The whole thing shifts. If the Lions lose their last game of the year, then it becomes Lions out of the playoffs, Vikings, Bears, Packers. It all came down to week 18 for this division. All 4 of these teams, double-digit wins. All 4 of these teams, it was just the most competitive division. Bears go 4-2 in the division. Vikings and Lions split the division. I had the Vikings beating the Bears at home. I think people are sleeping on Kyler Murray this year. I really do. I had the Vikings going 12-5 in the 3 seed. Lions take the 6 seed. They make the playoffs. They've got a really light schedule due to the Lions. And then you look at the Chicago Bears. They actually have a really tough schedule. So for them to go 11-6 with a really tough schedule, I think is going to say a lot about Ben Johnson. And I think he's got something to prove this year. I think Ben Johnson is going to be out to prove that he is a good coach, that people were giving him a hard time last year. Oh, his schedule was kind of soft. It was the Cardiac Bears. I think he's going to be really trying to show everybody, hey, we can stand with the big boys in this league. It's not about a soft schedule. We're going to beat on some teams. He's going to go 11-6. They're going to be the 7 seed. I think the Bears are going to make the playoffs this year. NFC North, Boots, where you at?
I mean, you got some strong teams. All 4 of them are very strong. So I could see 3 of them getting in.
Yeah, I think it's a competitive division. Alex?
This is the make or break it season for the Lions. Like you mentioned earlier. The other schedule is not as difficult as it has been. It definitely isn't as hard as it was last year.
No,
I mean, last year they were tested. Now, as we're falling back into that ancient old argument. Soft schedule, you get 12 easy wins, but then you get bounced for the first round. Now, honestly, to me, it comes down to can Dan Campbell finally put on the football cap? I mean, yes, he's a leader. Your team will run through a wall for you. But when it's nut cutting time and it's time to make a football decision, can he do it?
Yeah.
That's my question.
I agree. Moving into the AFC West, I got the Denver Broncos going 13-4, 5-1 in the division. They're winning the AFC West. Right behind them, I'm not gonna stand for all this Charger hate from you two. I'm not. Chargers 11-6. They're going 4-2 in the division. They're going to be second in the division. The Chiefs, see, as much as I am a believer in momentum, I'm also a believer in lack of momentum. I don't think the Chiefs have the momentum of yesteryear. There is a lull with that team. And I don't think it's a smart thing. Boots, I'm with you. I don't think it's a smart thing to be putting Patrick Mahomes out there. They're going to go 9-8. They're going to miss the playoffs. 3-3 in the division. I think that Broncos team is stacked. It's just going to be just too much. And they're going to miss the playoffs. They'll be the 10 seed. You're going to see the Broncos Chargers make the playoffs as the 3-6. And then the Raiders are going to struggle this year. They did a good job fixing some problems, but they need more weapons on that team. They don't have enough receivers. So Fernando, I don't think they're going to put Fernando out there, midway through, I think, but Kirk Cousins is going to be the reason for most of their losses. They're going to get swept out of the division, though. Raiders will wind up as the 14 seed, but they're going to be dead last in the division. That's how I believe that the AFC West is going to roll out this year.
I see that.
Yep.
I see. Okay.
Yep. Now moving into the NFC East, let's talk about them. Philadelphia Eagles, 14-3 for them, 5-1 in the division. I think the Eagles are going to just continue what they're doing. They're going to keep that gravy train rolling, even with the distractions of A.J. Brown. And the looming trade that was, supposed to happen already. They said it was supposed to happen around this time. It has not happened.
Well, who broke that story? Was it Rossini?
I don't know. It's supposed to happen, but we've been waiting. We've been waiting for this trade. I mean, it's supposed to happen, by now. I mean, we're waiting tick-tock. So we'll see what happens. But the Eagles, I think, 14-3, 5-1 in the division. Then the Dallas Cowboys in second place, 7-10. They go 4-2 in the division. Then we followed up with the Washington Commanders, also 7-10, but they go 2-4 in the division. And then the lowly New York Giants, 5-12, 1-5 in the division. As much as I like John Harbaugh, and as much as I think he's going to change some things over there, I just feel like the Giants, they don't have any secondary over there. They need some help in a few different ways. There's some stuff over there that I'm just not a fan of. I think John Harbaugh does need some help with a little bit on his coaching staff. I'm not as sold on the Giants right now. I think they're going to be dead last in that division. But Eagles just kind of run away with it. That's kind of where I'm at.
I got you.
Yep.
I feel like it's going to take a couple of years. We've seen like one-year turnarounds with the Texans, but with the Giants, they took a step in the right direction. But we need more from them.
Yeah, I agree. Moving into the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, and they're going to go 13-4, 3-3 in the division. Which is interesting because the guys right behind them.
Very interesting.
Yep. The New England Patriots will go 12-5 and 5-1 in the division. But they're going to wind up as the second place team. They're going to be the 5 seed. So the Patriots wind up in second place in the division. The Jets, they go 5-12, 3-3 in the division. They did a lot in the draft. They did a lot to fix certain things in the draft, but I don't like Aaron Glenn's coaching style. I don't think Aaron Glenn is a very good head coach. And I think that is going to be the big thing that needs to change. And Boots, you and I have kind of been in lockstep about they drafted so well and got all these great players. And then whoever that next head coach that comes in is going to have a bunch of stars on this team.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. That's what's going to happen to Aaron Glenn.
Yep.
Unless he wins 11 games.
Yep. And then in dead last in that division, it should be no surprise. The Miami Dolphins, 2-15, 1-5 in the division. I don't think the Dolphins they've been selling the farm all offseason. It's just been every star, everything they have. I mean, it's just been a yard sale in Miami. I think Miami's going to be arguably the worst team in football. I mean, there's a couple of teams here and I damn near had Miami going winless. I almost had to stop myself. I did. I was really close. I had to stay. Wait a minute. You really want them to go winless because it's kind of looking like they could.
They made some good moves in the draft, though.
They did, but it's one of those things where you're like, man, are these guys really going to lose every game? You never know. And then jumping into the NFC West, let's hop at the number 1 seed LA Rams, 14-3. This one came down to the last week of the year. This came down to week 18. And then because it was between them and the Seahawks, whoever wins that game between the Rams and the Seahawks takes the 1 seed, the loser goes to the 5 seed, and the winner takes the division. I mean, it's just like that. Boom.
Right.
So that's how it would go. Winner takes the division, loser goes to the wild card round, and there we go. I had that one going. That's how it just fell. I think we don't necessarily believe in it. I don't necessarily believe in script writers around here, but you can't write it any better than that. I mean, it was that nice. So we had that. Then we followed up with the Niners at 10-7. They go 3-3 in the division, narrowly missed the playoffs, and then you wind up with the Arizona Cardinals at 2-15, 0-6 in the division. I think they're going to get swept right out of that division. Jacoby Brissett, he went 1-11 last year as a starter. I think that at some point they're going to turn to Carson Beck late in the year. It's just going to be a mess. It's been a mess in Arizona for a while. It's going to be a mess. And they have a lot of work to do to fix the personnel on that football team.
Oh, yeah.
So I got them sitting in dead last.
They dead as fried chicken.
Oh, yeah. Now, moving into the AFC South, the Houston Texans, 14-3, 4-2 in the division. This is the year. This is a year for the Texans to get that 1 seed. This is going to be that Texans defense standing up strong. CJ Stroud throwing that ball around. CJ Stroud is going to have a career resurgence here in the midst of a contract year. He is going to fire up and go 14-3. They're going to do 4-2 in the division. They're going to tear it up. They're going to be the 1 seed in the AFC with a 14-3 record. The second place team here, 10-7, 5-1 in the division, by the way. The Jacksonville Jaguars barely missed the playoffs, going 10-7. The third place team, Tennessee Titans, 4-13, 2-4 in the division. They need some help. They need some work down there. They're going to still need to be working on that defense to get Robert Saleh where he wants to be as a head coach. And I think the big fall off is going to be from the Indianapolis Colts. Lack of momentum late in the season. You saw what happened. I mean, it was starting to fall apart before Daniel Jones even got hurt. And I think that momentum died. I think that hot streak, that little change of scenery, it's like a pitcher getting a change of scenery in baseball, and he gets hot for about 10, 15 games, and after that he falls off. Well, guess what? Danny Jones is about to be done. He's about to get benched. It's about over. They just paid him he's fool's gold. That's what they paid for. They paid for fool's gold over there with the Indianapolis Colts. They're going to go 2-15. But that's what I've got as far as my divisional rankings go. This is my divisional stuff. Interesting storylines, though, were more so down here in the AFC North. I think that was interesting with the Bengals coming back out of nowhere. If you look at the Bengals situation right here early on, they win 2 in the first 5, 3 in the first 7. So they're 3-4. Right here, they're 3-5 out of the first 8. So I mean,
yeah, I can see that.
But then look down here. This is where things get interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They rattle off 7 to end the year. Narrowly missed the playoffs. I mean, they've done that before.
That's tough to do, man.
They've done it before.
Win all of those games in a row and then not make it.
Ooh. But we've seen it. That's the crazy thing. Another team that did it was the Vikings late in the year. Rattled off 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row. I mean, they rattled off wins, but ugly in the middle of the season. If you look right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they get hot. And really the Vikings spot late in the season, it actually becomes very favorable. If you look at the latter part of the season, Falcons, winnable game. Carolina, winnable game. Lions at home, believe it or not, winnable game. The Patriots, that's going to be a toughie on Thursday Night Football, but these are the moments where the Patriots kind of start to flounder. Jets, winnable game. Commanders, winnable game. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the Vikings go on a late win streak here. Looking over at the Saints here. The Saints have a lot of winnable games here as well. If you look over at Raiders, Falcons, Browns, Panthers. I mean, another game against the Panthers, the Bucks, Cardinals. I have them winning 5 to end the year. So I mean, their schedule gets soft right here at the end. Panthers, Bucks, Cardinals, Falcons, Bucks. Divisional games, yes. So divisional games do get a little wacky. But I really think that the Saints are going to get hot, and this is when they got hot last year. Mm-hmm. And if you think about when teams fall off, especially in that division, like the Panthers, like the Buccaneers, teams fall off late. That's when the Bucks fall off late. That's when the Falcons fall off late. And I think the Saints are going to capitalize on that. So there's opportunity here for a lot of these teams to take advantage. And then for the Bills and the Patriots here, the Patriots winning this game here gets kind of interesting, because if the Bills were to say lose in week 18, now we're having a different conversation. But are the Bills going to lose to the Jets? You know,
as the great Gorilla Monsoon once said, highly unlikely.
Yeah, so it becomes interesting. So what do the Bills do late in the year? And I could see certain things happening. And the reason I have them losing the Jets here, because I assume they're going to bench starters here. You know, that's kind of what I assume, because they had a 2-game win streak here, or they had a 2-game window here. So you had some padding, so you could get away with it. But would the Bills really lose to the Jets here if it came down to nut cutting time? Who knows? Would they lose say they lose to Denver? Now things get a little more interesting. So we could see something a little bit different down the stretch here. So just glancing at certain things, I was taking a peek, and looking down here. The Rams facing off with the Seahawks. They're going to wind up sweeping the Seahawks, but they're going to have to do it twice in 3 weeks. And that's going to be an interesting thing too. They got a Friday game, and then they got them in week 18 as well. So you're going to have to beat the Seahawks in week 18 in order to wind up walking out with the division. Another interesting spot. So we have some fun week 18 storylines if this pans out the way it is.
Right.
But I feel like we have fun week 18 storylines every year in these different situations.
Yeah.
It's a great time. But moving into my playoff spot, these are how I believe the playoffs are going to go. Now,
all right.
Moving into the playoffs, we're going to the wild card round, and I'll expand this a little bit because that way you guys can see what we're looking at. There we go. Moving into the playoffs, we have on the AFC side, I've got the number 4 seed Ravens taking on the number 5 seed Patriots. I've got the Ravens eliminating the Patriots in round 1. Drake May and company, a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover situation. The Ravens will advance to the divisional round.
Okay.
I got the Broncos and the Chargers, the number 3 seed Broncos taking on the number 6 seed Chargers. I've got the Broncos eliminating the Chargers in the wild card round. And then I've got the number 2 seed Bills taking on the number 7 seed Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers' time in the league is over. The Bills lay waste to the Steelers, no doubt about it. They put him to bed and they say, "Old man Rodgers, go home." And they send him packing. The Bills advance to the wild card round. And then, they advance to the divisional round. So in the divisional round on the AFC side, you will have the 3 seed Broncos versus the 2 seed Bills, and the 1 seed Texans versus the 4 seed Ravens. So that'll be a fun matchup.
Oh yeah, rematch from what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yes, sir. Now in the wild card round on the NFC side, you have the 4 seed Saints taking on the 5 seed Seahawks. Now, this one's interesting because, once again, me believing in momentum, I really initially, and I changed this, but I initially had the Saints winning this game. I did. But I thought to myself, I don't know that the Seahawks would blow this one. A Super Bowl hangover be damned. I don't know that the Seahawks would fully blow this one. I think Yucky Shucky got as far as he'll go based on that momentum. That's about as far as he'll go. That's kind of the Cinderella story coming to an end. Seahawks over the Saints in that one. The 5 seed Seahawks beat the 4 seed Saints. They advance.
Okay.
Then we go 2 seed Eagles versus the 7 seed Bears. This is interesting because I think the Cardiac Bears have something here. I think they're going to have a little bit of momentum, and I think they're going to beat the Eagles. I think they're going to beat the Eagles in Philly. I do think the Bears are going to advance. We got to see the Bears go a little further than we expected last year, and I think they're going to do that again. They're going to go into the divisional round, and they're going to jump up. They're going to wind up taking on those 1-seed Rams. They got a showdown in LA. And then we got the 3-seed Vikings against the 6-seed Lions in Minnesota. I'm going with the Vikings over the Lions here. Last year, the Vikings managed to beat Detroit with J.J. McCarthy and Max Brosmer at quarterback. The Lions didn't do much of anything to improve their team this offseason. They really didn't. I think the Vikings did enough to improve their team, and now they have a quarterback to go with it. I think that the Vikings are a better team. I think their defense is able to handle what Jared Goff is doing. And I think the Lions' interior offensive line is a complete mess. Vikings over Lions. Vikings will go to Seattle to take on the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. So now we have on the AFC side, you've got the 2-seed Bills taking on the 3-seed Broncos, rematch from last year, a revenge game, if you will. The Bills will beat the Broncos. They're going to get their revenge from the catch that should have been a catch. And they're going to beat the Broncos and advance to the AFC title game. And the Houston Texans are going to not just beat the Baltimore Ravens. They are going to dominate the Baltimore Ravens. Dominate the Baltimore Ravens.
All right.
Defensively, they are going to manhandle the Baltimore Ravens in the divisional round and advance to the conference championship game, a showdown against the Buffalo Bills, who, if you recall, they manhandled during the regular season last year pretty handily. Now, moving in.
I do want to make a comment here. This Lamar, we have this conversation. We've had this conversation for many years.
Yes.
Not quite so much last year because they got bounced in week 18. But Lamar, if it ain't this year, it ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
Boots, what do you say?
It's going to be a very, very interesting year for both John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It is.
I think they needed each other, and this will be a very tough test for both of them.
I think Jesse Minter, I don't know if he has the offensive coordinator to help Lamar Jackson the way he like John Harbaugh had Todd Monken over here, who I think really did a great job with Lamar. I really do. If you look at the numbers for Lamar and everything that he was doing over there, he had some of his most successful seasons with Todd Monken as an OC.
He did.
And then here we are. If he's not hurt, we're having a different discussion about the Ravens. I really think that if Lamar Jackson's not getting hurt as much as he is, we're having, and that's been the big problem with the last couple of years, is availability and reliability for Lamar Jackson. Is, can he be on the field? Is he available? Is he reliable? And again, you're only as good as your backup quarterback. I mean, Tyler Huntley's all right. All right. But he's, if you got him starting 8-9 games, are you really going to go to the playoffs? Your chances, I mean, they were 1-7 last year, 1-6, something like that to start the year. And then Lamar had to come back and dig them out of there, right? Yeah. So, I mean, it's one of those things, like if he can stay healthy, the Ravens have a shot. But I think running into the Texans, that Texans defense has shown over and over again that they are too much for just about any team, including the Baltimore Ravens. I think you're going to see the Texans just manhandle them. And then, so that's Bills and Texans in the AFC title game. Now on the NFC side, we'll go with the Rams and Bears in LA. Rematch, Rams and Bears. Unfortunately, the Bears can't get it done. That Rams team is just so damn good. They are built to win right now. They have opened a 2-year Super Bowl window. The signing of Matt Stafford, the pickups that they made in this offseason, the draft picks they made, the draft moves they've made, they have fortified and built that team to win now. They want that. They got a 2-year window wide open.
Yeah.
They want it. The Rams are going for it. This is the year. They go out and they beat the Bears. They advance the NFC title game. And then we get the revenge game. The big revenge game. Vikings and Seahawks. It's the Vikings versus Sam Darnold. And the Vikings get their revenge in Minnesota. The Vikings beat Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks and advance to the NFC title game. Only to get basically in the most Vikings way ever, the most Vikings thing ever, to get their asses handed
to them. Field goal, that's 23 yards. Blair Walsh.
Get their asses handed to them by the LA Rams, and that's what's going to happen. NFC title game, the LA Rams will not just beat the Vikings, they will beat on the Vikings. It's going to be similar to the Eagles 38-7, 43 donut. It's whatever, whatever one you want to throw out there. I mean, it's going to be a beating.
Another heartbreak.
Yep. And the Rams go to the Super Bowl. And meanwhile, on the AFC side, the Houston Texans last year beat on the Bills pretty bad in the regular season, and that was their only time they met last year. Well, the Buffalo Bills are going to beat on the Houston Texans, and they're going to beat the Houston Texans. They're going to advance to the Super Bowl. You will get the LA Rams versus the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl.
Will it finally be the year?
It will not. It will not. It is going to be the LA Rams. That team is built to win. You picked up Trent McDuffie. You picked up all these players in the offseason. You did everything you needed to do to create a Super Bowl winning team, right? Yeah.
Stole Kansas City secondary.
Oh, yeah. You stole their secondary. That's a high-end secondary. You have your front seven's incredible, right? You got Jared Verse, and you got the Kingpin, Braden Fisk over there. You got all these. You got Nate Landman, who's the unsung hero of that linebacker group. Nate Landman is a stud. You've got this amazing group of guys. Cam Curl, who nobody talks about. Cam Curl is amazing. Great safety. So you've got these players all in place on the defensive side of the ball, and you got still names like Puka Nacua, and you've got Devontae Adams, and you've got Matt Stafford, who just came off in an MVP year, and then backing him up. If anything goes awry, you still have Ty Simpson, who's a first-round pick, who I think can play in the NFL. This is going, and you have one of the best head coaches in football in Sean McVay. This Rams team this year is built to win. They should be viewed right now. The Rams should be viewed as the Super Bowl favorites, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how any team or any person, any analyst, I don't know how anybody is looking at the LA Rams and going, well, they're not a Super Bowl favorite. They should be the favorite. Like they, and to me, I think the LA Rams are the team to beat in the NFC and in the NFL, period. They are the team to beat. I don't think there's another team that can really stand up to them the way that they're constructed right now. That team is so dangerous, and maybe the Eagles could stand up to them, maybe, but that team is so just outrageously good. They're so dangerous. It's going to be a wild one, and I do think that Super Bowl game is still going to be one of those great ones. But the Rams are about to win a Super Bowl here if this thing goes the way I think it's going to go. I think that they've constructed their team for this year, maybe even next year too, if they keep going the way they're going.
Will they sell Stafford jerseys in Michigan here?
Oh, they probably will. They probably will.
Detroit.
Will they? Yeah.
It's back to the return of the Detroit Rams.
You're gonna see those dual jerseys, with the Rams logo and the Lions logo and Stafford on the back, and Detroit fans are gonna cheer their heads off.
Yep.
Or they might be like, "Wait a minute, hold on, man. 2?
Yeah.
You had to win 2. Like 1, we were with you. 2, F you, pal.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to go out and win a second one. But that's how I've got it going. The reason I figured you might be a little angry with me is because I got the Vikings going to the NFC title game.
Oh yeah, you taking that ship all the way. You know, you taking the Viking funeral all the way into LA.
But my big thing is, and so I don't believe in script writers, but one thing that I think you'll agree with me on is that if a script writer is out there, you can't write that better for Vikings versus Seattle in the divisional round.
Oh yeah.
You can't. Yeah. You can't do that any better.
Absolutely.
Than that.
And you have to get the replacement from the guy that you shipped out who ended up winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can't. And then Rams and Bears, after what happened last year with the cardiac Bears damn near beating the Rams. I mean, you that showdown, the Bills and Broncos in the divisional round, 2nd and 3rd seed. You can't write that any better. I mean, that's what a showdown.
Edgar Allan Poe level.
Yeah, I mean, and I didn't even, that Bills Broncos thing just fell into my lap. That was the beauty of it. I didn't even have to go searching for that one. That just was right there. So, I mean, like, a lot of this stuff, the way it just fell was like, oh, hey, look at that. This is phenomenal. But, I believe that the LA Rams are going to wind up being the team to beat here in the 2026-27 season. I think they are your Super Bowl champions moving into this season.
All right.
So that's where I'm at. To give me the Rams to win it all over the Buffalo Bills, who will be your AFC champions. And poor Josh Allen. Oh, so close.
Oh, always a bridesmaid.
Never the bride. Yes. So that is our, and No Shot Bot TTV. He sends 3 emojis that just are 3 booties that say thick. I appreciate that. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Yeah. But that is our that's our show.
About Josh Allen?
Or maybe he's talking about Josh Allen. I don't know. But that's our show.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
That's our show. We're going to be getting out of here, but before we take off, we're going to talk a little bit about It's Your Time Massage. Amanda's a wonderful massage therapist. She does excellent work over there at It's Your Time Massage. If you're looking for a massage, a Swedish or deep tissue massage, you can check out, and you're in the Metro Detroit area, you can check out It's Your Time Massage LLC on Facebook, or you can find her at iytmassage.com. She does Swedish massages, deep tissue massages. If you're looking for red light therapy, if you're looking for foot sugar scrubs, if you're looking for a little bit of CBD oil, you can get some of that. If any of that type of stuff, you can get it over there at iytmassage.com, or you can find her at It's Your Time Massage LLC on Facebook. Book yourself an appointment, folks, and remember, it's your time.
You know, she was the DJ before.
Really?
Yeah. First scratch she cut, turned the record white to wax.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
First and only time.
Unreal. Next up, let's talk about boots. Let's talk about books.
Oh, those things that I don't read, but the things that you should read. And there's one that you should definitely read. This book is called I Ate Cookies Out of the Trash, written by Tammy Pruitt, brand new author. You can still smell I just pulled the tag off of her neck the early day. This woman has a degree in science, and she is giving you not only knowledge, she's giving you wisdom, she's giving you heart, she's giving you love, she's giving you emotion, she's giving you humor, she's giving you her life story in this book. If you are dealing with weight loss issues, anxiety issues, depression issues, all of these things are covered either by her or by the links that she puts in the book, so you can get some professional help for what you may be going through, because this book is entirely relatable for whatever you may be going through at this certain moment. But this book cannot be purchased in a store. You can't just walk into the dollar store, the Dollar Tree, or any other Dollar Park, Dollar General, none of that. You got to go to your computer, or you can just turn on your phone, smartphone, Android, iPhone, don't matter. Just go online and put in I Ate Cookies Out of the Trash. It'll pop right up. You can go to AmazonBooks.com, BarnesandNoble.com, applebooks.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ask Jeeves if you want to.
You're the only guy asking Jeeves still.
I had to ask him the other day, how long should a toenail be if it's yellow?
It's so gross.
And green under the bottom.
Probably said, so you are disgusting.
You know, we'll see what happens. But you got to go online.
Like a fucking science experiment? Like,
there's a small village in my big toe. You have to go online, get this book, and it'll be delivered right to your front door. You just open up the door, grab the book, close the door because you don't want people to watch you. Rip this thing open, pour yourself a nice hot cup of tea, hot cocoa, some Baileys in there. Do what you want to do. Kick your feet up, read the book, enjoy your life, and make it better when you read it. I ate cookies out of the trash. You'll find out why she ate cookies out of the trash. It's not what you think.
Yeah,
but then again, I don't know what you think.
Unreal. Also, let's talk about our buddy that was just in the chat, No Shot Bot TTV, the artist formerly known as Big Willie Dubs Gaming. Look, man, he's an online. He and his kiddo is waving hi. Hi, Christine. He's an online content creator. He's an FPS streamer. He primarily broadcasts competitive shooter games like Call of Duty, Warzone, Fragpunk, and PUBG. On his Twitch channel, he shares clips of his games on the TikTok.
The TikTok.
There you go. So you can check him out. No Shot Bot TTV. Will's awesome. He does all that type of stuff, but also he does some very entertaining stuff like the Hot Ones Challenge. I like doing that one. I got to join him for the Nasty Jelly Beans Challenge, so I highly recommend checking out the channel. It's very entertaining stuff. You can check him out on the TikTok there too, though. It's a fun little thing. You get some a fun music video the other day. I forgot what it was. He had a shield up and he was like peeking out, shooting people. But anyway, it was a good time. Check him out over there, No Shot Bot TTV. And Alex, what are you doing over there at Steel Twins Gaming?
Well, I just gotta ask you this. Do you like video games? Do you like theater? The Steel Twins Gaming may just be what you're looking for. Whether it's the good old first-person shooter, RPG, or your favorite story-based adventures, we think we have something for just about everyone. We got everything you need to satisfy your digital cravings, whatever they may be. And best of all, our channel has something nobody else has. Voice acting. Every single week, my brother and I will play a game that has a lot of text-based dialogue, and we will act it out with the voices that come up in our heads for the characters you see on screen. Sometimes we do our best to highlight the drama of the situation. Other times just goof off to have a good time. Either way, we're sure you'll be entertained. We're on every Saturday afternoon at or about 2:30 p.m. Follow us on Twitter at Steele Twins Alex or at Steele Twins Andy to keep up to date on our shenanigans. And I just popped up the new schedule. So on Tuesdays, I'll be doing Dead by Daylight, or DBD as the kids call it, from 5 to 9. And then on Wednesdays, I'm doing a new segment called Finish the Story, where I take a series that I've kind of put on the top shelf because it's taken too long to finish. It's the Assassin's Creed series. I finally put Assassin's Creed Valhalla to bed, and I'm doing Assassin's Creed Mirage. And then FPS Wednesdays is a barrel of fun over there on the brother channel with Borderlands 2. That is a dual production. So you'll get to see both of us around out there. On Thursdays, I have the Diablo grinds going on Diablo 4 every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then right here on Fridays, it's the Outside Blitz with Scotty Freetown and the Bootleg Bettor. And obviously Saturday is season 20 of voice acting. We're just about wrapping up that season. We probably got a couple of weeks left. And don't forget the brother channel, Steele Twins Andy. It is there. You'll not only get your FPS Wednesdays, but you'll get your full fix of Nostalgia Mondays, Nintendo Tuesdays, Indie Thursdays, and Open World Fridays.
Yeah, buddy, I've been joining you a little bit on the Diablo front. That's been a good time. Yep. So I'll be jumping on there with you periodically. So if you guys want to join us on the channel, you can hear me talk some mad shit too. So that'll be a good time as well. So you get to see Manglefinger the Necromancer come to life. So that'll be a good time. So we'll do some runs and have a good time. But folks,
weird movie, Necromancer.
Yes, that is a weird movie. Yeah. But folks, that's our show.
The Stuff.
The Stuff.
The Stuff.
I haven't seen.
It's one of my favorite movies. It's bad, but it's great. The Stuff. It's about a meteorite that crashes in the Earth, right? And some substance starts to bubble out of this thing, and somehow one of the people who saw it tasted it somehow, right? It tasted good. So what did they do? They packaged it and sold it in stores and called it The Stuff. It looked like whipped cream, the Cool Whip, right? They sold it in containers that looked like Cool Whip containers. It was called The Stuff, and it did crazy things to people when they started eating it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was on shelves for a while, and then all of a sudden people started, acting funny, and stuff started happening to them. Garrett Morris, famed actor in The Stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a check it out.
I'm going to have to look it up now.
The Stuff.
But folks, check out The Stuff, just because that's an interesting thing. But
one of my all-time favorite bad horror movies. I love it though.
Is it along the same lines as They Live?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But folks, that's our show. We appreciate you guys dropping in, checking things out. We appreciate all the listenership. We've been getting a lot of listenership, so we've been appreciating that. The uptick in listenership. We've also been getting a lot of folks watching us on the streams too, so we appreciate that. We are going to be around here, like I said, weekly through the off season, through the season. We're going to be doing stuff. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff with the season predictors. Next week, we will not be joined by the Bootleg Bettor, which is going to be just fine because we are going, and it might just be myself. I will not be joined by the Cannonball either, so I will figure something out. But we're going to be jumping into bold predictions in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be talking about the Bootleg Bettor's season predictors, so we're going to get to see who he's got, and then we're going to jump into our shows.
And that's a spoiler.
Yeah, we're going to be jumping into our shows season predictors, so that'll be a thing. So the three of us will go through an entire season predictor together, which is going like we did last year, which is a blast. And we're gonna have it's nice having a little dais here of three people. That way, there's always a tiebreaker. It's always the tiebreaker.
Amadeus.
Well, it's great because we get to put Alex on the spot,
Yeah, making me sweat bullets over here. And honest to goodness, sometimes it just comes down to a coin flip. It's like, all right, I'm just going to throw a dart. Because two teams might be so evenly matched, you can't really pick the game. And then the game is so bad that it's another time the game is so bad that it's like somebody's got to win this thing. Can't we just put a tie on it?
Somebody's got to win. But that's what we're going to wind up doing. And we're going to have some fun with that. So we got season predictors coming. We've got bold predictions coming, which on our segment, I believe. So we're going to be doing that.
Yeah.
Fired up about that. So I hope everybody's excited. And then we're going to be talking about our way too early. This is one I'm excited to have boots on for. Our way too early 2027 draft prospects to watch for the draft. So we're going to be taking a peek into those and seeing which ones we can find. So I'm going to
a veritable peep show of college players, if you will.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But
without the sticky floors or without the sticky floors or the obligations.
Unreal. But I'm going to have something on tap for next week. We're going to see how things roll. We will see how we can get the show rolling here. Alex, I'll be in contact with you, but we'll get things situated. I assure you, we will be here next week, one way or another, whether it's just me, whether I have one of my cohorts here, whether I have a special guest, I will make it work because that's what we do around here. We make it work. So, folks, I want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for viewing, and we will see you next time right here on the Outside Blitz.
I bet you listen again.
And with that, we're gone.